This is actually a question for you guys.
Yeah.
How much do you think luck and timing plays into your financial success?
So I'm mixed on that because on the one hand, you could look objectively and be like, well, he started investing in 2010
In LA.
and in LA
thought
and
it
everything has gone up in price since then. I've only really ever invested through a bull market. I remember the market collapsing in 2008 and 9. Didn't really have anything to lose. I was just starting my career. So in that sense, absolutely that was luck. But the other thing that I look at is that, like, you know, how much of that was luck versus how much of that was seeing an opportunity and recognizing that.
And
so
risk. There's risk involved. You're putting money into something in hopes that it returns.
Yeah, and here's the thing too. I remember in 2010 when I was interested in buying real estate, how many people said it's going to get worse. Now is a really bad time. The market just collapsed. It's not getting any better. There's so many foreclosures coming on the market. There's shadow inventory that was coming up that it's going to crash it even further. It's still going down. You should wait for it to recover. And I remember when I was submitting offers, I mean, like, every house was a short sale. It was rare to see a normal house on the market for sale. Rare. And for me, it was like, I saw the opportunity. It made sense. I was like, even if it does go down, I'm buying this house for a fraction of what it costs to build it. Like, this is a $200,000 house to build, and it's selling for $70K. There's no way that's sustainable. So for me, it made sense to buy. And
the timing is an interesting element, though. So if you look at life, like, some people, they get married, have their kids, they're financially ready to buy fall of 2007. Right? It's just the way their life works out. They were born in a certain year. Their job led to a certain income and down payment at a certain time. They don't know any better, so they buy at that time. Versus someone whose timing, that same person, that timing, they were ready to buy in 2000. Okay, we're going to buy a house. This is on the market. We'll buy this one because we like this. Yeah. Right? That's the crazy thing. I'm not criticizing you or anything. It's just, I know. Luck and timing is a very interesting. I've gotten bailed out by a good market too. I got fortunate that I was able to sell my houses that I lost a lot of money on.
Yeah, I mean,
YouTube. How about YouTube? Like, I'm super lucky in that I kind of joined this, CoffeeZilla and I, he was a little ahead of me. We joined this kind of movement that didn't really exist, and it's blown up.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I think, in a sense, you do create your own luck, because I remember when I started YouTube, late 2016, December, I was too late. I cannot tell you how many thoughts that I had. It's like, everything has already been done. I am too late to this. YouTube is huge. But I did it anyway. And now looking back, it's like, oh yeah, well, in hindsight, yeah, that was the perfect time to do it. So I don't know. I believe there is a sense of what's outside of your control that is just pure luck. But I also believe there's a sense that you create your own opportunities, you create your own luck. Had I not posted on YouTube because it was too late, I bet people are looking at the same things now and believing it's too late to do this or it's too late to do that. Where 5 years from now, I'll be like, oh, I was so lucky I started right now. So I believe, yes, there's some of it that's outside of your control, but I believe there's no benefit to looking at luck because that's outside of your control. So I just think it's like, what's the point of focusing on luck or no luck? You don't control that. Focus on what you can control, the timing of it.
I agree. It is kind of a moot point to think just about luck and where you place on that. But also I do agree that there is a spectrum between luck and timing and your actions and stuff like that, because look, not to throw out an example. Okay, I'm very, very, very fortunate to be in the position that I'm in, but finally, as I'm 22 and as I have enough money to afford a home, we have seen the craziest run up outside of a pandemic and the supply chain issues and stuff like that. Like, one of the craziest run ups in real estate. And now I'm looking at homes, and the first home that I'm going to buy, it's probably going to be like in the 500,000, right around that range. But I asked Graham yesterday, I was like, how much was the first home you bought? And he's all, 56. And I was like,
$59,000.
Oh, 59. I'm like, 59 what? He's like, $59,000. And I'm thinking to myself, like,
that's the down payment.
Like, to be able to afford a home, that's $59,000 versus $590,000.
Well, you know what? Like, in fairness, I think we are putting down about the same amount of money. I paid for that home in cash. I was all in 72. How much are you putting down?
20%.
So
550.
Oh, so you're putting down a little bit,
twice as much.
A little more. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
But also, like,
but he's buying in Vegas, which is a way better market than California.
Yeah, that's true. That's
So,
true, yeah.
but then again, it's like I look at that and then I also think like, look, how lucky was I that Graham got back to my first email and then I got to start working with him? You know what I mean? Like, was that luck or was that my action, me going out of the way to email someone that I admire? And
yeah, and that's the thing too. A lot of people could look at Jack. Oh, Jack's just lucky. He's just working with Graham. But yeah, Jack sent me like 8 emails. One of these days, Jack, we're gonna go through those emails.
No, we can't.
Oh my god, for a podcast?
No,
exclusive.
They're embarrassing.
Please. No,
I can't.
I honestly think if we do it, we should actually do it on like the second channel. Where it's actually going to get like, we may as well make it worth our while.
By the way, I prefer using the word fortunate. I think is a better word because luck does have some negative connotation where it's like you only made your success because of luck, but it's just good
people
fortune.
like the word luck. People,
it's a nuanced conversation that I find interesting.
Yeah, so
a guy
do
who's
I.
had
So
the
do I,
intensity of success you've had.
Yeah.
You have to attribute some to just good fortune and just.
Well,
some
if you
timing
did,
works.
if you did grow up and you finally had money, you know, you're 20 years old, you've been working for a couple years, you made your own luck with the real estate agent. You did that. You executed it beautifully, right?
Which is a grind.
Exactly. But at the same time, when you finally have money and the market's basically at its bottom and you're buying real estate and then you become a millionaire through equity and appreciation due to timing, and then you make a video how I became a real estate millionaire. It's like it is a combination of both luck and action because you also decided to make YouTube and you decided to get started in real estate.
Yeah.
But it just
Here's
so
what I'll
happened.
say. Here's where I do feel like I've gotten lucky, and I'll be honest with this. I think that being born into the family I was born into in LA, getting to see other people who had absurd amount of wealth in Los Angeles, not having that and looking like, wow, all of these people have this. What is it about these people where they could live in Beverly Hills and a $10 million and just seeing it and wondering, and that gets my mind going. Like, why do some people have this Ferrari? I remember seeing these cars like so people
they
are
got
doing
into Bitcoin.
it.
They
They're
got
doing
into
it.
Bitcoin.
They got Bitcoin, Dogecoin. But then having two parents who were very supportive, who were not abusive, and are
they still together?
No.
Oh,
No,
man.
so- no.
It's pretty wild. My parents are still
Yeah.
together. It's like weird that I see that as a huge advantage in life. Like one of the biggest
No, well, I don't think so.
Very
to me,
good fortune.
they
Healthy-
divorced.
healthy household.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
healthy household.
Otherwise, they divorced when I was 5. And
wow.
I don't remember much before that, but I just remember 5. My dad got an apartment, and listen, being 5, I didn't understand what was going on, but I liked it because I had like Mom's house where Mom was kind of strict and wouldn't let me watch South Park.
She wouldn't.
And then
She wouldn't let me
Dad's
eat
house,
peanut butter out of the jar.
And then Dad's house was like I could eat food on the couch while watching like Adult Swim and like naughty cartoons.
Whoa.
So yeah,
Naughty
cartoons.
cartoons.
Not naughty cartoons. Not like
Whoa,
those.
man.
Not like this, but like South Park. Gosh, what was the other one? There was TV Funhouse on Comedy Central, like the Comedy Central shows.
Yeah, that Adam Carolla and
Jimmy Kimmel, the Man Show. I loved. So I'd watch those. I go to my mom's, or like Jerry Springer. I could watch that at my dad's house, but I go to my mom's. Like, nope, no, Nick Jr.
Yeah.
So, but no, honestly, having
Mom doesn't have, or Dad doesn't have the parental controls.
Yeah, I know. Oh, you know what? My mom hated this too. And here's the other reason why I kind of liked going back and forth was because my dad would allow me to play Nintendo 64, GoldenEye. And my mom was very against any sort of violent video games.
Right.
So I couldn't play that there, but I could go to my dad's house and play Conker's Bad Fur Day. But having two parents that were really supportive, that never ridiculed me, that if I had an idea, they would always entertain it. They were so encouraging of me. Like I remember I wanted to get a reef aquarium, and I think it was either a birthday that my dad got me a small reef tank, and it just lit the fire underneath me, and then like my mom would drive me after school. So
You're gonna
like,
own the Las Vegas Zoo one day.
I would love to.
The
Yeah,
Las Vegas Aquarium.
I would love to, but seriously, but then I think that like that's luck. I had no control over that whatsoever. But I'm thinking too, like what would have happened had I been born into another family where both parents were abusing drugs or were talking down to me all the time or getting in arguments.
A whole different
yeah,
thing. That's a
and like
whole
how
different
would
thing.
that mess with my confidence? Because I think too, it's like I've always been confident that like if I do something, I'm gonna be good at it. If as long as I give it 100%, as long as I take it serious, it's gonna do well. And I've never had a doubt that I can't do something. But that was, I think, because of my upbringing. Versus like imagine if I did something that's like I suck, and just going into life thinking I'm a
or
failure.
you had a little
yeah.
success and your parents like suppress
Yeah,
it. Exactly.
yeah.
One,
Oh, you're going to job.
yeah. One thing I'm very fortunate with is my career in sports took me all across the country. So I've lived in like 10 different places. I've lived in Georgia, I've lived in Florida, Texas, Alabama, Oakland, California. And so I've seen the whole spectrum of people. I've been around wealth. I've been around very poor. I've been on the bus with people struggling from mental health. I've seen the whole spectrum of humanity. And I feel like that has played well into my content where I feel like I'm not puffing myself. I feel like I understand humans pretty well.